And now I'm very pleased to invite Esti Peshin. She's the General Manager of the Cyber Division in Israel Aero Defense Industry. Welcome, Esti.
So, hello everyone. I hope you are enjoying the amazing Cyber Week. So today we have a very broad and interesting topic, the future of cybersecurity. Now, when I saw this topic, I was a little bit disconcerted because can we really predict where cybersecurity is going? Can we really predict where cyber is going? So I think the answer is negative, and we cannot really do that, but I will try to share with you a few of the insights that we at IAI, Israel Aerospace Industries, have in this context. So first, let's try to model a little bit the cyber realm. Okay? What are we actually looking at? And when we are considering the cyber realm, we are considering 4 types of end users. The consumers, like me, like each and every one of you. And I always give my mother as an example, like my mother. She is a very intelligent lady. She used to work for the Israeli Ministry of Education. She retired a few years ago. She doesn't understand anything about cyber. She knows, obviously, that cyber is important because I'm the general manager of cyber in Israel Aerospace Industries, but she doesn't understand the potential threats. And as such, she is susceptible to cyber attacks on a daily basis. On top of my mother, there are enterprises, critical infrastructures, and governments that also need to be protected. Now, in terms of solutions, when we try to look at solutions, we try to divide them into 4 categories. IT and information assurance solutions, firewalls, antiviruses, intrusion detection systems, intrusion prevention systems, security operation and analysis systems, which basically take the information from the host of IT and information assurance solutions and the operational aspects of the networks and create, and this is the holy grail in cyber, create situational awareness. Cyber threat intelligence, and the premise here is that if you don't know about an attack, you will probably not be able to prevent it. You may be able to mitigate its consequences, but you will not be able to prevent it. And finally, there are hosts of cyber intelligence solutions, and these are solutions that are focused more at law enforcement agencies, police forces, intelligence services around the world. Now you can see that today everyone, including the consumers, need a host of IT and information assurance solutions. Enterprises, critical infrastructures, and governments, all of them need security operations and analysis capabilities, as well as cyber threat intelligence. Now, today, the cyber arena is rapidly evolving. We are seeing growing trends of mobility, cloud computing. Everything embedded today has more and more computer power, and, of course, the Internet of Things. Now, today we are talking not only about the Internet of Things, but about the Internet of everything. IOE today is a new buzzword that is popping around from time to time. I'm sure that you are all aware, and I'm pretty sure that most of the speakers before me spoke about examples of cyber attacks in the past years. I think the main thing to remember from these cyber attacks is that they are becoming more and more complex, and there are many, many more types of cyber attacks. We're seeing a growing trend of attacks on critical infrastructures. Triton attack is a good example for that. We're seeing ransomware attacks. WannaCry is an excellent example for that. We are seeing IoT attacks. Mirai is an excellent example of that. So we are seeing a growing trend of cyber attacks and a variety of cyber attacks. Now, for those of you who saw my fuselage outside, and for those of you who don't, please go and see my fuselage. It took us a lot of effort to bring it here. It's actually a segment of a real plane that is sitting right opposite this hall. So today, there's a growing concern of hackers boarding planes or attacking planes from the ground. Can it be done? Well, I'm sure that speakers before me spoke about the possibility of doing it. There were actually several events centered around this issue. Now, this excellent article speaks about a certain hacker by the name of Chris Roberts. I'm pretty sure Chris is now speaking in another parallel event, so he's not in the room. But Chris basically got on a plane, tweeted what he tweeted, was arrested because he claimed that he managed to hack into planes. Chris is actually a good friend of us. This is him. Those of you who haven't met him, he's roaming around CyberWeek, and you should. But I think the main point here is that we should all understand that today there is a growing concern of hackers getting on planes and actually bringing them down. Is it limited to planes? No, it's not. But I believe this is a very, very severe threat. We are seeing today a growing trend of, I would say, traditional cyber attacks. These are depicted as CNO or CNA, computer network attacks. They are focused at disabling systems, but also CNE, computer network exploitation, which are focused at gathering IP, gathering information from systems, stealing data, so to speak. But we are also seeing a growing trend of influence attack. These are noted by the name of CNI, computer network influence. And in essence, they are focused on influencing our minds. In my opinion, these are, in a sense, the most dangerous types of attacks because they are undermining democracy. They are undermining our free thinking and our free ability to make decisions. They are bombarding us with fake information and trying to influence democratic processes like elections around the world. Now, we're seeing today a strategic change in the cyber threat. We are seeing more and more state and superpower level involvement. We are seeing a growing trend of cyber attacks on financial establishments, on critical infrastructures, large-scale industrial espionage, and the ever-growing CNI, computer network influence. I believe that you would all agree with me that the efficiency of the existing cybersecurity solutions is, I would say, declining. The attackers are becoming more and more sophisticated. There are very sophisticated solutions out there that are developed by a host of companies. But in terms of cost effectiveness, or I would say the average, we are seeing a decline in the effectiveness of cybersecurity solutions. You can see here a distribution of attacks on industrial systems. Ukraine is number one. We've seen several of those, but you can see also Malaysia, Denmark, Korea in this graph. And supply chain attacks, which are becoming more and more prominent. Now, one of my predecessors may have addressed this example, but I would like to share with you an example of a supply chain attack. This attack happened in 2017 and was an attack on a solution product program by the name of CC Cleaner. This is a solution that was developed by a company by the name of Puriform, and it was basically used to clean residual information from computers. You know, after you delete a program from the computer, after you delete an application. Now, the attack spanned over about half a year, starting in March 2017, and in August 2017, the CC Cleaner software was replaced by CC Cleaner malware. It was downloaded by 2.3 million users during the span of 2 months. Now, it was quite ironic because Avast, the large antivirus company, acquired CC Cleaner in July. So basically, people were downloading malware from an antivirus company. This is a supply chain attack. Now, it's a very sophisticated supply chain attack, and it can happen to each and every one of us. IoT is also becoming more and more prominent in terms of our utilization, but it is also becoming a more and more sophisticated target for cyber attacks. A good example for this is the Mirai attack, which was was followed by the Perserai attack. In the Mirai attack, the attackers created a botnet by using IP devices, IP camera devices, routers, at the consumer level. This botnet was utilized subsequently to attack various targets, including DIN, one of the largest DNS providers. And it created a situation where over a span of one day, there were 3 2-hour intervals where a DIN was actually brought down and huge services were unavailable. Services like Twitter, like Amazon, like Airbnb, the CNN website, the Wall Street Journal website, and many, many, many more. A huge, large-scale attack. There are people that are actually saying the actual internet was down. Now, cyber is, in a sense, a two-edged sword. It is a very dual domain in a sense that it is an enabler of communication, it's an enabler of progress, but it is also extremely dangerous. In order to address the dangers within cyberspace, we need to agree on one thing. And if there's one thing I would like each and every one of you to remember from my presentation, it's this slide. And basically what it says is that when we are dealing with national-grade challenges, we need to provide national-grade solutions. Now, these solutions include state-of-the-art technology. For those of you who have roamed around CYBERWEEK, have seen the amazing exhibition up there in the entrance or various events, I'm sure you would agree with me that Israel has amazing cyber technology. But technology in itself is not enough. We need methodology, proven operational methodology on how to utilize the technology. Constant innovation, because the cyber domain is constantly evolving, and we need the ability to have systems adapt to the new threats. Otherwise, you acquire systems, and these systems may be outdated within a certain period of time. And cyber domain is evolving ever so rapidly. Collaboration is also extremely important because our strength lies in numbers. If we collaborate amongst ourselves, if we collaborate within our countries, in the international level, then we will be able to offer significantly better solutions. Capacity build-up, also very important. Build up the national capability, build up the national awareness, build up the national cyber hygiene. And I was asked in this context, at what age should we start teaching cyber? My answer was, we should start teaching 2 years old. Because the minute a child receives his father's iPhone or Android device and starts playing with it, that moment on, he is susceptible to cyber attacks. With your permission, I will pass on to the last slide. And I would like to say a few words about II. Israel Aerospace Industries is one of the larger defense contractors in Israel. We are very proud to lead the Israeli Cyber Companies Consortium. This is a consortium under the Ministry of Economy that comprises of 10 leading Israeli companies. We practice what we preach in terms of collaboration. Please do not hesitate to visit us at our booth just outside the hall. And with this, I thank you. Have a great day. Have a great Cyber Week.
Thank you, Esti.